the most overused, overrated word used in the last 2 to 3 years is this term right here. What is woke? I'm not going to try to decipher the meaning of this because most of the people that use this word probably don't know what it means. And to me, it's been so used and abused, the meaning of it has been lost. And it has been used for nothing but social agendas. Case in point, the news came out yesterday of people accusing, particularly from the alphabet community, as the amazing Lucas would say, accusing the late publisher of Marvel Comics, Stan Lee, who created many of the heroes you see now popularized in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, of basically being biphobic or homophobic. And once again pushing for Peter Parker Spider-Man to be gay. To those people I say, there's a certain thing called the Spider-Verse. Peter Parker has been established, and I say this to the pro-black crowd that wanted Peter Parker to be black for the new MCU. Peter Parker has always been established as a white, straight male. There's a thing called the Spider-Verse. You're trying to tell me that somebody there can't come up with a new, unique character. With a new, unique character that just happens to be gay, but he has to be more than that. Otherwise, he's just a gay man in a Spider-Man costume. Just like Miles Morales has developed into more than just a black Puerto Rican kid in a Spider-Man costume. Which, by the way, Brian Michael Bendis created that character. And not just a carbon copy of Peter Parker. So many people use the term woke. And quite frankly, I hope that, along with the social justice warrior push and all this other stuff, dies a quick and painful death. Because it's getting to where things are out of hand. When I turn on Sports Center to watch sports highlights, I don't mind a little bit of side commentary, but I don't want to hear about your views. Don't care about your views on politics and race and all this stuff. I want to see sports highlights. When I go to the movies to watch entertainment, I don't care about Men in Black being sexist or X-Men being sexist. I want to see a good story, a good movie. Which, I ain't gonna lie, even though I'm a black man, I was afraid of it a little bit with Black Panther. But thankfully they didn't go there. It was a great movie. Without the social agendas that both the gay and the pro-black communities wanted in there, thank God. This term has probably done just as much damage as anything in this society in the last 2 or 3 years. The woke crowd would have you saying that Jay-Z, who I do find suspect at times, is selling out, making the deal with the NFL and agreeing with Colin Kaepernick about the kneeling during the national anthem protest will continue. Well, here's the thing. They have done that for the last 2 or 3 years, and no real change has happened in protest to police brutality. No real change has happened. At some point, and Jay-Z was right about this, at some point, you have to get off your knees and have to take the next steps. You can only kneel but so long. You have to be willing to to walk on your feet and make moves. You can't move forward if you're on your knees. I mean, and we've seen and heard stuff such as, let's say, oh, Tupac was killed by the government. Yeah, the government may not have liked Tupac, but let's call it like it is. Tupac was killed because he got involved in a situation that he shouldn't have gotten involved. Straight up, bottom line, there is no big conspiracy. He got killed because he got involved with something he should have stayed out of. Straight up simple. And I could go on and on. Or the Bill Cosby, which I do think he's being railroaded, by the way. I think he is guilty of drugging women and such, and having sex with them. I do not think he did it in the particular case of Andrea Constand, because there's way too many details going off of that. But people's like, oh, they did that because he was trying to buy NBC. When it now comes out that he really didn't have enough money and power to even to buy NBC. Although I do think going after him after all this time is suspect. It's just his sins caught up with him. Which, by the way, on a side note, when people want to say, oh, poor Camille. How do we know she didn't know about any of it? Or wasn't even in on it? Just saying. But back to the main topic about stay woke. Most of you that say stay woke, y'all still sleep at the wheel. You're just saying it because it sounds cool. It sounds catchy. You're saying it because you want to push some agenda from some personal grudge or whatever that you still have that you've never dealt with. So you use the stay woke thing as an excuse. You want to know what being woke really is? Being woke is getting up in the morning, washing your behind, and going out there and handling your business. And knowing who you are in this world. Not following agendas, not following what's cool. It's knowing who you are inside of you. That's being woke. Not being pro-black, not being pro-gay, not being pro-woman, which, by the way, I see now even ESPN is getting off of the woke tip. With Jamil Hill and now recently Michelle Beadle being told bye-bye, even though they had to pay them a hefty sum to get them out of there. Stay woke isn't about any of those things. Stay woke is about knowing who you are and respecting others that are different. That's all I got to say on this term. May it soon rest in peace.